Namaskar students. In our last video, we have started discussing about global indicators. In this video, let us further discuss some more concepts related to global indicators. In the last video, I told you what exactly are the global indicators. I told you that global indicators are basically the two-letter code which tells us about the route of the airlines. These global indicators depends upon various factors like one of the factor is stops. How many stops the airlines is taking, that affects the global indicator. Another is the ITA areas, which ITA area the airlines is crossing or traveling. Then ITA sub areas, and then the another one is the oceans, which oceans the airlines is crossing. So these are some of the factors which affects the global indicator. Now before understanding what are various global indicators, I just want to explain you a map, and if that map is clear in your mind, you will be able to understand better the topic. So this map is very simple, and we know about the ITA areas like this TC1, then we have TC2, and then we have TC3. TC1 consists of the Americas. I just make a rough map of Americas, and here is basically the American sector. This is North America, then the Central America, and then here are the Caribbean islands. And this is a rough map, not the exact map. Here is the Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean. Then we have in TC2 basically the European sector. Then we have some Middle East sector, and then we have the Africa sector. So this is TC2. Then we in TC3 we have basically the Asian subcontinent. This is basically the Asia. So this is TC1. Atlantic Ocean divides TC1 and TC2. Then we have TC2, and the third one is we have this TC3. And here is Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean. And this side also is the Pacific Ocean. I just wanted to take you a little bit back. When we discussed about longitudes and latitudes, I told you that the longitudes, they divide the whole world into two parts. Longitudes divide the world into two parts, and that is Eastern Hemisphere, and Western Hemisphere. Western Hemisphere. So if this is the 0 degree latitude, sorry, 0 degree longitude, so this longitude divide the world into two part. This side is the eastern part, or I say Eastern hemisphere, and this side is the western part or Western Hemisphere. So this is one of the things which we should remind into our mind. So WH is basically represent by two letter. It is WH, and EH is again denoted by two letters EH, and this is denoted by WH, and this is EH. This Atlantic Ocean is, I denote it with AT, Atlantic, and then this Pacific Ocean I denote it with PA. PA is the Pacific Ocean. So this little thing should be set in your mind before studying the global indicator. Now let's move a bit ahead, and this is basically the TC1, TC2 and TC3. Now if I explained you that there are total 10 global indicators. There are total 10 global indicators. So let us discuss what are these 10 global indicators in brief, and then we will take the detailed example and we will study each and every global indicator in detail. Suppose if a flight is traveling only in TC1, and in that case the global indicator will be WH. WH is the first global indicator. And similarly, if the flight is moving only in TC1 area, the global indicator will be EH. So EH is the second global indicator. Then if the flight is moving only in TC3, the global indicator will be again EH, Eastern Hemisphere, and this is our second global indicator. Now, if a flight is moving between TC1 and TC2 and it crosses the Atlantic Ocean, then in that case the global indicator is AT. So I explained you that global indicators are affected by a lot of things. This is the thing, like the stops which the airlines is taking, the stops, then ITA areas, then ITA sub areas, and then the oceans. These things decide which global indicator will be applied. So if the airlines is crossing the Atlantic Ocean, in that case the global indicator will be AT. So this is our third global indicator. I just write it number 3 over here. If someone is going from TC1 to TC2, he can go via Pacific Ocean also. Like this is our TC1 area, this is our TC1, and this is TC2. I will explain in another video also how this movement is being done with various examples. For example, if a person want to go from New York to London, he can go via Pacific Ocean also. So from New York to London, he will cross the Pacific Ocean and he will come out here and he will reach to London. So this route he can also take this route. In that case, he is crossing the Pacific Ocean, and the another global indicator will be PA. So PA is our fourth global indicator. Similarly, if the person want to go from TC1 to TC3, TC1 to TC3, he can, without using TC2, he do not go to TC2 and he simply reaches from TC1 to TC3. In that case, he is crossing the Pacific Ocean. So our global indicator will be PA. PA is again our fourth global indicator. Then here is another global indicator, that is PN. PN is our fifth global indicator. So PN is the another global indicator if some flight is moving from TC1 to TC3 without using TC2, means without crossing Atlantic Ocean. Then a flight, if any flight is moving from TC1 to TC3 and it go via TC2, in that case again it is crossing either Atlantic Ocean and either South Atlantic Ocean. The lower portion of the Atlantic Ocean here is Southern Ocean, which came into existence in the year 2000, and so we call it the South Atlantic Ocean or Southern Atlantic Ocean. So in that case, this AT we have already discussed, this is our third global indicator, and this South Atlantic will be our sixth global indicator. Now there may be cases when a flight is moving between TC2 and TC3. In that case, there are another 5 global indicators which will be applicable. One is AP, which we will discuss in detail. AP is our 7th global indicator. Then RU is basically related with Russia. This is our 8th global indicator. Then we have Tasmania. TS is our 9th global indicator. And then we have FE. FE is Far East. Far East are 10th global indicator. And another global indicator is EH, which we have already discussed, that is on number 2. So these are the 10 global indicators. Like the first one is WH, Western Hemisphere. Second one is EH. EH is the Eastern Hemisphere. And third one is AT when an airlines crosses the Atlantic Ocean. Then fourth one is PA. PA is Pacific Ocean, when the airlines crosses the Pacific Ocean. Then we have PN, when again the airlines, if the airlines is crossing Pacific Ocean, then another global indicator is PN. So we will discuss the case when PN will be applicable. Then sixth global indicator is the South Atlantic. SA is the South Atlantic. Then seventh is AP. AP is when the airlines is crossing both the ocean, Atlantic as well as Pacific. So Atlantic Pacific. Then on 8th number we have RU. RU is Russia basically. And ninth is TS. TS is Tasmania. And then on number 10 we have FE. FE is basically Far East. So these are the 10 global indicators which tells us which route the airlines has taken. Now we will discuss the indicators. Now we will discuss in our next video the case by case, when WH will apply, when EH will apply, when AT will apply, when PA will apply, and all the another global indicator will apply. So thank you very much for now.